AITA for getting up from my chair in the middle of Christmas dinner and shouting "shut the fuck up" about my body in response to my husband's observation? So, ever since I had my son months ago, my husband has started making indirect comments about my body. He never says any hurtful words, but I find his observations, as he calls it, hurtful. For example, he'd see me wearing an old top and say, "Oh, that top used to look good on you, but not anymore though." Or when he looks at my waist and says, "Wow, didn't know your waist could get this wide." Basically passive stuff that I tried to ignore till it extended to friends and family. FYI, this went on for months and months and months. We went to Christmas celebration at his family's home. My sil complimented my floral maxi dress and my husband said, "I agree, it looks nice on you. Though I have to admit that your waist could get smaller than this." Awkward silence took over. I was absolutely fuming, and this was my last straw. So I got up from my chair in the middle of dinner and shouted at the top of my lungs, "Shut the fuck up" about my body. He was absolutely speechless as his family stared while some others tried to get me to calm down, but situation got more tense and dinner ended up being cut short and my husband storming off to his friend's place to spend the night upon leaving a very nasty text saying I embarrassed him and made a scene over an observation he made. He called me childish and told me to get therapy for my insecurities instead of verbally abusing him and scaring his family. Now I feel like an absolute idiot asshole and like I ruined Christmas for him and everybody with my oversensitivity. AITA? I think the last thing your husband really wants is for you to get therapy. If you do, you'll discover that he is an emotionally abusive bully and stop feeling guilty for refusing to put up with his BS. NTA, but your husband is. Do as he recommended and get therapy so that you can regain the self-confidence he has eroded with his cruel observations. NTA, divorce him. He's gaslighting you. His observations, as he calls them, are all direct insults. He is actively body-shaming you. Likely on purpose and fully aware of what he's doing. He wants you back as you were before and fails to realize that bodies change. He is abusing you mentally, verbally. You simply reach the breaking point and let it out. Don't start bottling up again. Rebuke him every time he says SMTH, in front of everyone until he either learns or leaves. Or in other words, he's shown his true colors. NTA, for example, he'd see me wearing an old top and say, "Oh, that top used to look good on you, but not anymore though." Or when he looks at my waist and says, "Wow, didn't know your waist could get this wide." This is not passive-aggressive and it is not an observation. It is degrading, humiliating and abusive. He's gaslighting you. The fact the comment during Christmas dinner was met with awkward silence shows that people see he is being an awe to you. He embarrassed himself and started the scene. You simply had enough of his BS and stood up for yourself. Good for you. Please save yourself and your child from this toxic relationship. NTA. So basically he's telling you, he married you for your body and now it's gone to pot cause you birthed him a baby? How's his hairline? How's his waistline? How is his penis? Lol, after having my son, I complained to my husband that my boobs were sagging, and he told me not to worry. His balls were sagging, too. Have to admit, he made me feel better. Haha. After I had my first kid, I was super insecure about my vagina, despite having a really easy childbirth. My husband pulled out his balls and said, "Look at this. Do you think whatever situation you have going on is going to be uglier than these things?" I never thought that a dude pulling out his balls would be so sweet. Repeat after me. Just an observation, but it seems like you are trying to motivate me to lose the weight and return to my pre-baby body by your passive-aggressive remarks. In reality, what is occurring is you fomenting anger and frustration in me. I have less joy in living with you because you are making me feel less than attractive, less than happy, less than worthy, less than loving, less than human. Is this a lesson you want to teach our child? NTA, you didn't ruin Christmas, he did. NTA, at all his observations are always cruel and uncalled for. To say it in front of others is amazingly hurtful, especially in response to a compliment made to you. He is trying to hurt and shame you about changes due to pregnancy. Even if you didn't have a baby, your body would change over time. Your husband is a major asshole who embarrassed himself by voicing his opinions about your body in front of his family. Bodies change. People age. If he can't accept that, then you're going to have a hard marriage. Take care of yourself and baby keep telling him to keep his opinions to himself.